Okay, this tutorial is about using Expose specifically in Snow Leopard, although if you haven't used Expose before, you may see a lot of things that were actually existed in Leopard as well. Expose is a way of getting through the clutter of your windows. Now I've avoided it completely on this particular window because I'm using Spaces, which lets you have multiple desktops. So I'm going to flip back to my primary desktop where you can see it's very cluttered. Lots of windows stacked on top of each other, and trying to find what I need to work on at any given time can be difficult. That's where Expose comes in. Now Expose can be opened on my keyboard. It's set up for the F3 command. It's also set so I can just put my mouse in the upper left-hand corner, and that turns Expose on. And at this point, you can see I have my windows just kind of randomly up. I can use my mouse to select the window I want to bring to the top. If I can't see it that well, I can hit the space bar, and that will temporarily quick view or quick look the window so I can see it. I can hit Command 1 to sort the whole set of windows alphabetically. I can hit Command 2 to organize them by application. So here's all my Safari windows, and then my iChat windows, and Word doc or Mail, etc. Or some other ways. I could now click on my dock and click on Safari, and that will show me only my Safari windows. Or now on Mail, and show me only my Mail windows. If I wanted to look at my Mail windows and iChat, I can hold down the Command key and click on iChat, and it will now add the iChat and the windows that we're showing. So it's very flexible. Command Tab is also a way you can switch to see a different set of windows rather than using the dock. Or you can use the Tab key once the dock is open to just flip through windows by application. Once you found the window you want to work on, just click on it and it comes to the foreground, and then everything else just gets layered behind it. So that's the basics of Expose to try and find the window you're looking at. Now, if you don't want to start with all the windows showing at once, for instance, if I want to find a particular Safari window, I can now go down to the dock, hold down my left mouse button, and that puts me into Expose, starting with just my Safari documents. And again, I could hit Tab and switch to my Mail and go that way, or simply click directly ahead to my Excel documents. Or again, just to remind you, hold down the Command key, and now I see my Excel and my Safari documents that are up. So very flexible. Some other ways you might want to use it. Let's say I'm working on my timesheet and I'm ready to submit. Hopefully you all know that I can take my little icon from the top and I can drop it on Mail, and it will open up a new Mail window with that as an attachment. And I could type F. Garrick and say T&E and hit send, and off it goes. Of course, this is an old timesheet. Wish I had one for now, but that's the way that would work. But let's say instead I'm working on a different spreadsheet. Let's say I'm working on the spreadsheet of power consumption, and I want to send it to Rick. Well, I already have an email message started to Rick, but also one to Brian. So I want to make sure I drop it on the right one. So I can take my icon again, and I can bring it down to Mail, but this time I'm going to hover, and that puts me into Expose, and there's my email for Rick, and I can drop it right there, and that Power document's going to go right to Rick. Here's combining drag and drop and expose. Again, very, very useful. Hope that helps, and I'll bring you some new tips later on. Thank you much.